Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, ba. Good morning, boys and gerbils, cats and kittens, all you cool kids. Sorry for my hoarse voice right now. It is simply because we did a refuge training both Sunday and Monday of this week. And so, as you can imagine, my voice is a little bit rough. It's a little rough. Got a little crack right there. So I'm trying to muscle through it, but I was screaming and yelling and all that stuff to try to give people a better training experience. So what up, what up, what up?
Hey, did you know that we have a video coming up with 12th C? Did you know
We
that?
have a video with 12th C?
Well, of him.
Of what?
Yeah, so it's National Correctional Officer Week, and because that's what Jake did,
Yeah.
he was super awesome. I asked him yesterday, can you do a video for me? 9 o'clock this morning, he's like, it's done. He gave me timestamps and everything because he's Jake.
Very cool.
And like, that's what he does. So.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Who's that guy? That guy's a nerd. Yeah, so we did the Refuge Responder, which is a shortened down, basically essential responder, giving guys and gals an opportunity to get in the mud, do dirt medicine, some pretty hardcore scenarios, a little bit of a mix up on new takes on scenarios that we've done in the past, and we do it all here in-house, so we have a lot more control over it. Very, very cool. We've been getting rave reviews. We already got dozens of reviews in from the class, and people really seem to enjoy it. How many do we have left for the July?
8.
8. We got 8 slots left for July. So if you guys are wanting to get training, November's quickly coming. The summer of love is upon us. All these things, like, it's about to start depreciating even more, and we'll talk about tornadoes and the weather and how weird weather is right now in a second. However, I really, really think that you guys should be getting medical training right now. I really think you should be prioritizing it simply because this world is absolutely bonkers, and we need to be increasing our capability, our knowledge, our ability to do reps and sets, and there's a lot of tools inside the Refuge Responder course to do that. Not only do you get to train here, but you also get tools that you get to take home with you and knowledge you get to take home with you to continue training, to train with other people and all that stuff. So it's definitely a good time. What's up, Travis? What up, Ed? Where do you want us to leave reviews? What's the best route for reviews right now? You want Google or?
What kind of reviews? If it was for a class or a product, do it on the actual listing.
Yeah, if it's for a class or a product, you can go to the class listing and you can leave a review right there.
Yeah.
Iridium Group, good afternoon. Yo, Bob, hope you're feeling better. I am feeling better. I know last week I was down with the old stomacho bug. You'll have that on those big jobs, but I'm back up, better than ever, stronger. No microorganisms are going to take me down. That's right. Take that, bacteria. This is raw American skill right here. So, loved class Monday. Had a lot of fun. Thank y'all. Yeah, Luis. Go ahead and throw in the comment or throw in the chat what you liked most about class, maybe what your biggest takeaway is, because I know people will be on the fence. They'll go back and forth. They're like, should I take this class? Should I not take this class? And so to give you guys a little bit of an outlook, we definitely do the crawl, walk, run, sprint methodology. And so you start at a very easy, very attainable place. It's definitely something that everyone can do. Hey, here's a tourniquet, here's how to use it, here's what it is, and then by the end of it, you're running, sprinting with tourniquets on, completely able to use it, fully functioning, understand, not even thinking about it, and it's all second nature, it's autonomous, right? And so it's really what we want to do through the class is to give people the ability to not like have automaticity, just be able to do these things. You can apply a tourniquet, you can wound pack without even thinking about it. And so that's a big point of the scenario is to be able to do that stuff, so that's what we're going to do there. So I'm an old guy but thinking about taking the July one. So we've had older people take the class. That's not a problem. The oldest person we've had through the class, I think, was 70. That being said, make sure you're physically capable. If you're really, really struggling with COPD or with asthma or you have a bad back or anything like that, just reach out to us if you have questions and we'll be able to kind of guide you if this class is for you or not. There is physicality involved, but I also know that some of the older people inside the class this round, they had some wake-up calls, and they were like, man, I really need to work on this. I need to focus on this in my diet. I need to stop smoking cigars, all these different things. So that was definitely something.
Five Joys Life said Shalom would love to come to class since North Carolina doesn't have or offer a rapid responder for citizens type class.
Yeah, I definitely recommend you get in there. We are talking about coming to North Carolina in the beginning of September. We're looking at it right now. We also have a couple other things on the map for September, and so it's a struggle. I got to take some time off in September, and then we have a really big training that's going to be announced here soon, like a really, really cool training that's going to be announced here soon. It's something that we've never done before. It's a new thing. It's going to be a huge opportunity to test your gear. It's going to be a huge opportunity to do some real world event training, FTX style, overnight. There's going to be a lot of capability with it. So I'm excited. It's definitely an opportunity. Lauren, I really wish I could have been there last weekend, but I do hope the gift I sent was a close second. Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. We haven't opened it yet, but we really enjoyed dinner, and we will open that at some point. He sent a bottle of wine from Israel to me and
Nice.
his. Yeah,
Cool.
so we haven't opened it yet. Super awesome.
Joe said, so very true. Want to learn so I can teach my kids. Thinking about doing any around Kansas. We're not, and mainly because Kansas is like 4 hours away. And so you could totally drive here from Kansas. We have everything here. It's very easy to do. We have a facility here. We have our team here. We have capabilities here. We have all of our equipment here. We have a safe location to do it here. And so we really want to build out our training team here the same way that a lot of people drive to Camden, Tennessee for tactical training. Ren and I were just talking about that. We really want to make this a training location and help put Spiro, Oklahoma on the map, help support this community that supported us, help build it up, offer up, more revenue to the community, more patrons for businesses, try to get a hotel put in here sometime, all that stuff, and just really allow a good opportunity.
Hey guys, can y'all hear Bob okay? If not, we need to move his mic up. So just
You know what? Better safe than sorry. Let's just
I don't know if you saw, but there was this one weird guy in the chat.
Yeah.
And he said that Spanish speaking role player was really good, Mang.
The Spanish speaking role player was really good, man. That good was really good, man. Yeah, so that's another thing is we try to offer some realism. So Ren, if you guys don't know, he is Hispanic. And so he speaks fluently in Spanish. And so one of the scenarios this go around, it's different every time. He actually just spoke Spanish. So you had to deal with a bilingual kind of like language barrier issue, which might not seem like it makes sense, but inside of a training scenario, that's something that's very possible in a car accident. And so having to work through a language barrier while having to render aid, while having to control bystanders, while having to stay safe, all these things combined, it makes for a very, very dynamic situation. Medic Miles said Fort Smith is about a 20-30 minute drive for hotels. Yeah, very easy. Very, very easy. Fort Smith has got every hotel. Poto also has a few different hotels. It's about 15 minutes away. So you have a ton of hotel options, and it's really about supporting here, this community, and then building up our capability here. It's very expensive. It's very hard. It's very taxing to go out on the road and to continue to send people on the road. We did it for multiple years, and we just didn't see it as sustainable anymore. And so, besides the fact of a lack of profitability, but also just like a lack of people to continue to want to do it. And so we want to build it up here, and plus it allows the whole team, the whole Refuge family to be a part of the training, which is so awesome. And it also allows you guys to come into our space to see this thing that you've seen on camera so many times, to feel different products, to ask questions about components, to walk down the line, all this stuff. You guys then get to take part in it, which is a big deal, at least to me.
Scuba Rob over on Instagram said that he trained with Refuge Training last year in Waco, Texas. Great class. And he'll be linking up with the recovery in Oklahoma for the second half next week. Because we have Grindstone out in Barnesdale?
Barnesdale.
Yeah, and it is bad there.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that here in a moment. We'll talk about all the tornadoes that are happening. We'll talk about the Grindstone Ministries deployment and how you guys can support that and what you guys should be doing. And we'll get down into it.
Louise said that he's still sore.
Mike, marginally worse, but
Wow.
serviceable. Okay, well, we'll try one of these. We'll talk right into the microphone, okay? I'll whisper sweet nothings.
Am I clear? 'Cause that's weird.
Absolutely take this class. It's difficult, but they check on you. I'm still sore, but I loved it. There was people 15 to 50 years plus old, and no one was injured. They truly care about their students. Thanks, Luis. So the main thing that I say at the beginning of the class is I'm not going to ask you to do anything that's dangerous to yourself. I am going to ask you to do things that are uncomfortable. Pain is weakness leaving the body. You will feel pain. You will feel uncomfortable. You will be sore afterwards. That's good. Those are all reminders, and those are all pressures to, make better strides and change for a positive light in your own life. If you leave, the PT is very, very minimal. You might do 2 hours of PT inside of the class, some up downs, roll around in the mud, do some push-ups, maybe jog around a building. And if after that you're very, very sore, that's a question for yourself, because if you're planning for an emergency situation, if you're planning for SHTF, if all these different things, one really has to ask, are you planning physically? Because these are extremely stressful environments, and you don't get to decide how long they're going to last, right?
So that's one of the things that TJ covered during class. If you got to see the highlight reel that was in there, but there's not a lot of trainings that do this for civilians. You see other trainings, they sit at a desk the entire time. They're always inside. And we want to make it stressful in a good way. We want to put you through the stress of being outside, getting winded. There is mud. We had somebody who was not ready for the mud.
Yep.
There is a lot of mud. But it's all to get you into that stress inoculation area where you can see how you perform under stress.
I want you to be uncomfortable. It's my goal. Because inside of an emergency situation, whether it's a car accident, whether it's a natural disaster, whether it's a catastrophe, whether it's a shooting, whether it's a stabbing, whatever violent event, you're not going to be comfortable. And so to see and to actually train in that environment, I have to get you to that level. It's just what it is. And so if you want to sit at a desk the whole time and feel really proud and happy afterwards and get your magical clean certificate, that's totally fine. Those classes exist. That's just not what we offer. If you really want to get your hands dirty, if you really want to do the work, if you really want to problem solve in a stressful environment, in a safe, stressful environment with real role players, with real projectiles and all these things, then this is the thing for you. Because you will test yourself and you will leave with takeaways. There's no winning the responder courses. That's not the point. The point isn't to win. The point is to fail forward, so that way you become better afterwards.
Guys, help us in the algorithm and smash that like button. I don't know if it's just on my end, but I see 36, and we just had 74 people on here watching.
I was trying to read it. Hold on. What did it say? Oh, okay. Yeah. That guy sucks. Sorry. What up, Jimmy Carr? Medic Mouse. I've only taken it 10 times. Brian Roadhouse in Peter Griffin's voice. I think the PT was the best addition to the class. Part of the training with stress helps train that muscle memory for when you actually need to perform it. Yeah, absolutely. All right, that guy's just smoke that dude.
I don't.
There you go. Thanks, 12C. The force on force was my favorite part. Yeah, the force on force was challenging. We're not going to go into too much detail about the scenarios because we don't want to give anything away. But there is some force on force components. Like I said, we hire legitimate role players for you guys, so that way you have a high quality experience and you get to train with multiple factors. The real world has a ton of variables inside of it, and so we're not just going to walk you up to a casualty and be like, hey, put a tourniquet on. No, that would be too easy, and that's not teaching you anything. I want it to feel like a motor vehicle accident when you have to put a tourniquet on, or when you have to wound pack, or when you have to apply a chest seal, or whatever you may have to do, right? So all that being said,
we got new equipment, so this is our first time using the new equipment.
Yeah, we got a bunch of new moulage in, and so we were able to run that new moulage this time. It's absolutely incredible. Very, very realistic, very challenging, and so it was awesome. There was some videos out there of it. They're circulating around. I'm sure there'll be some more, but I know it's definitely a shock factor when you walk up to a scene and it looks extremely real. It sounds extremely real. I wish I could like put iron into the blood mix to make it smell real. That's like what I'm trying to figure out next is like, oh, I'm sorry. Was that too much for you?
So awful.
Well, I mean, so blood has a smell. So like when you walk into like a bloody scenario, like it smells like iron. And so I wish I could figure out a way to do that. I'm working on it right now. So that'll be something over time. Maybe I'll find like an iron essential oil or something like that. Oh, man.
Do they make that?
I don't know. I don't know if they make that or not. I need to find like a microphone stand or something.
It's got the magnet. Just get some shears. Oh, you need a stand?
I can do this. I can do this, guys. I believe in myself.
Put the shears in the side of that bear fack and put that bear fack in front of you.
That's right. That's what we're going to do. Here we go, kids.
So, Nicholas Campbell.
Hello, man. Are you a doctor? Nope, not even close. Not even close to a doctor. I'm a TAC med professional, so I kind of focus on trauma medicine versus like a doctor who would have went to school and got a doctorate and all that stuff. I specialize in stuff that happens before the doctor gets there, or before the patient gets to a doctor, rather. And so that's kind of my jam. I'm just like a TAC med nerd, and that's kind of my stuff there. Bob, look up dry magnetic particle powder. Roger, I will do that. Thank you so much. Iridium Group knows exactly what I'm looking for. Can you use animal blood or not because of bio issues?
Ew.
I can't, like, so we've done live tissue courses before, and you can totally use animal blood. But you got to understand it's actual blood, so it's going to coagulate very quickly. So it's not going to be it's not going to be as effective. That oxygen is going to cause it to coagulate. It's going to get really jelly-ish really quick.
Not to mention the fact that like we make it as real as possible. So like you're gonna get blood everywhere. Do you really want to get animal blood like in your ears?
Yeah. So that's the thing is, like partially severed arteries spray. They don't like gush as much, and so. We try to replicate that as well as we can. Like the second you start to pack a wound, you're probably going to get blood in your face and in your hair because that's what'll happen. And so we try to replicate that. Do you have sponsors for the class? We're looking into that right now, is trying to find some sponsors. If people are looking to sponsor a course, if people want to sponsor a student, or they just want like their business name up or something like that, reach out. I'm more than open to have that conversation as long as your business isn't like Cindy's Strip Club, because Cindy, I'm just going to call you to repentance and to stop living in lustful ways. But if your business is like something honorable and righteous, like I'm absolutely down to clown. If you guys want to sponsor the course, we can hang your banner up. We can give you a spiel at the beginning of the class, no problem. Went home with another kit to wear on patrol at all times. Part of my self-assessment upgrades, bigger kit in the car. Yeah, very good, Alan. That's just something that, you know, everybody has to do, having a kit on your person at all times. You'll realize that through the Refuge Responder course of like, you don't have enough stuff. Stuff gets ruined really quickly, especially in the rain, especially in the mud. You go to use your gear and you're like, oh, smokes, this is wrecked. How do I have this extra line of gear? And so you never have enough gauze. You seemingly never have enough wraps. You never have enough tourniquets. It's just never enough.
Kevin said, do you have the victims fight back to add stress, like fighting a tourniquet application? We can't give away what we do, but Ren did a really great job of making it difficult to...
Yeah, victims, so I can definitely tell you that. So, like, victims don't enjoy being wound packed. Victims don't enjoy having a tourniquet put on. I've had victims in the class before go ahead and try to take the tourniquet back off, which was a thing in itself. What else we got? I didn't pop the fart bomb. Have you guys ever played with Safe Life Defense soft rated armor? I haven't personally. I think some soft armor is good. I'm more of a premier armor guy, but that's just me. Ready for this, but the super muddy environment was surprising. It added much stress and reality to the training. Yeah, absolutely it did. The problem with the drive is I'm kind of not old enough to rent a hotel room. Any comfy parking lots nearby? I'm sure there are. Also, Airbnb is an option, or maybe find like an older cousin, brother, friend, relative, something like that to come with you. I mean, it's it's always good to have multiple people on the team together, especially training with the homies is a big deal. We had a group of really good friends that through this training, and then husband and wife that took this training, and they got a ton out of it. There was good bonding. They grew together. They felt stronger after they left. And so maybe look into, somebody who is old enough to rent a car, rent a hotel room or whatever have you, and try to tackle it like that. What up, Tavar? There are some state parks. Yeah, there is some state parks close by. Medic Mouse, bring a friend. Will you sell sprayers and fake blood for reps and sets at home? We've talked about it. We're looking into it right now. I think we have a call with them tomorrow.
What?
Moulage guys?
Yes.
Yeah, we have a call with them tomorrow, and we're going to talk little T&E, kind of like what worked, what didn't work, stuff like that.
I'm sorry.
What you got? Lauren's got big eyes.
Nope. We were supposed to have a Zoom call this morning.
Yeah, we were.
Yep.
You'll have that on those big jobs.
I will email him and apologize.
Um,
We are we're still getting back into the groove after the training because we worked 35 hours between Sunday and yesterday.
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
It
was about a 13-hour day, 14-hour day on Sunday. It was about a 12-and-a-half-hour day on Monday, and then 10-hour day on Tuesday, 10-hour day today. So everybody's kind of like, oh, I'm dying. What up, Sean? What up, Steele? Or Steven? I combined your last name and your first name, Stephen Hale. What up, Bayou? B.O.B. Bob. What's up? What's up, Tommy Guptill? Yeah, Alan, feel free to shoot me an email if you're interested in sponsoring, or if any of you guys have a business and you're interested in sponsoring, bob@refugemedical.com. We can go ahead and do that, no problem. You guys can be a class sponsor, and we can kind of look at what you're wanting to get out of it, what deliverables, and yeah, it'll be awesome. What up, Lanky04? We're talking about Refuge Responder, our training class that just happened Sunday and Monday. We got another one July 21, 22. July 21, 22, it's a party. Absolutely phenomenal class. It's a shortened essential responder, and it's hands-on, it's in the mud, it's very nitty-gritty, phenomenal training. The reviews are already pouring in, so definitely very cool. We dirtied your shop pretty good, though. Yeah, it's already clean. I mean, we do this, bro. It's all good. We were clean before we left. We were clean before we left that day. The whole staff got it done in, I don't know, a couple of hours. Ain't nothing but a thing, chicken wang. Love my new IFAC kit that I just got in. Heck yeah, John Witherspoon. I'm pumped about that, brother. So what happened to R1, R2, and R3? Why is there only one class available? Well, R1, R2, R3, they all exist. Refuge Responder is basically R1, R2 with scenarios in mud. We'll have an essential responder for the purchase here soon. It's just we changed it because we're in our own building and we have different staff. And so it's not that those things don't exist anymore. They absolutely do. It's just we're doing things a little bit differently with our training team change, adapt or die, right? So change is constant in this world. And so we found that there are better ways to do things, and we can offer a better product for a more affordable price if we change it. And so that's what we're trying to accomplish here, is that, instead of an essential responder, which is $1,400, we're able to offer the Refuge Responder for $449, get it done in a day here at our location, which provides a intrinsic value to you, as well as it decreases the liability financially for us. And so that's the main point there. The live clips were great to watch afterwards. That's awesome. The office looks clean, but dude looks like he teaches the mouth harp in his spare time. What's the mouth harp?
Is that like a harmonica?
I have no idea.
Understand what that means.
I was driven out in it last night. The storm was one of the most beautiful ones I've seen in a long time. Constant fighting flashes for over 2 hours in my area. One of these days would be fun to put on a joint responder, refuge responder, radiation protection class in Spyro. Iridium group, the second you want to come down, bro, you go ahead, you let me know, and we'll put it on the map.
Class is tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding.
The class is tomorrow. So we've got the Refuge Responder in July. July 21, 22. Then we have Combat Midwife. Combat Midwife, she's an awesome chick. Jessica's her name. She's coming out to teach a similar course to what she teaches the Special Operation Forces for austere birthing and austere midwifery. And so you guys can get some hands-on experience. She's got all the mannequins, all the things, so you can look at all the stuff and things and truly learn how to birth a baby inside of an austere environment. It's very, very cool. I personally am not going to be at that class because I just don't vibe with that part of like it's just not even interesting to me. I have zero interest in it. I don't want to do it. Nope, I'm not interested in ladies' hoo-has. If I could not be there for my own children's birth, I would not be there. But to other people, it's very interesting. They love it, and that's great, and that's cool. You guys want to do that? Go hands deep.
So funny because
Super sweet.
Heath, I had to have cesareans, but Heath was like trying to like see over the sir, you need to quit. And he's all like, I just want to see her cut open. Like,
yeah, no, I don't want to. I wish that it was like 1920, and I was just like in the waiting room smoking a cigar. Like that's what I wish. But, you know, to each their own. But if that's something that sounds interesting to you, if you want to get some hands-on experience with childbirthing, with midwifery, come and take that class from Jessica, Combat Midwife. She's huge inside the soft community, inside of the, you know, just midwife training as it is. We have some really cool people that are coming to that course, and so I think you guys would really get a kick out of it. It's affordable. And it's some really great skills. And so that'll be here at 8:07. I think it's August 11th.
Yes.
August 11th. So great opportunity to come, hang out, kick it, and learn how to do that.
hey, sorry. Oh yeah. Did you guys see you have a meeting with the Moulage people tomorrow?
I did.
They just reached out. They wanted to know what we thought.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. We will talk to you tomorrow.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll see all about it. Are they in the chat?
No, they're in our DMs.
Oh, I was like, dude, get out of my DMs, bro. No. So, watched youngest get spawned. Horrifying and fascinating. Kind of makes you feel inadequate too. Yeah, I was talking to actually my personal midwife yesterday about this. I don't like the fact that I know it's coming and I can't do anything about it. I can't help. Like, I like to stop the problem, stop the clock, stop the bleeding, stop these things, right? Like, put a pause on it. That's not how it works with childbirth. You just like work through it. And so that gives me anxiety. It's just not my jam. That might be a downfall of mine personally. And so I try to surround myself with capable people in that field because I know it's a shortcoming of my own. And so, yeah, I'm just not.
It's okay. Britt's not pregnant this time.
Yeah, Britt's not pregnant this
Britt,
time.
like, delivered Bob's baby while she herself was, like...
8 months pregnant.
I had a baby 3 weeks later.
Yeah, she had a baby 3 weeks later. Midwives are more force multiplier for good. We had a midwife for both my sons. More people should use them. 100%. Midwives are awesome, and it's a dying trade. It's a dying skill. We need more midwives because if hospitals stop working, people are not going to stop breeding. And so midwives are they go all the way back to the days of Moses. And so, this is something that's definitely a skill. It's a beautiful thing. And so if it fascinates you, you have interest in it, or if you know somebody who has interest in it, or you know somebody who's fascinated by the birthing process, this is a great introduction to it. And you'll learn a lot from Jessica. She's super wise. She's got some really, really cool information about birthing as a whole. So definitely check that out. LOL, when my daughter was born, I looked behind the curtain right as she coughed and all her guts kind of went whoop out and back in. Oh, gosh. Ah, disgusting. Got shipping notification that my desk kit shipped this week. It's like I told Mike, it's a college graduation gift for our daughter. She will have her own classroom this fall, history teacher. That's awesome. Please tell her to teach real history, and I hope that she never, ever, 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 never, ever has to use that desk kit, but I'm really, really glad that she has it. And so with that, we're going to start talking about Grindstone Ministries and all of this chaotic weather that we got going on. Britt, you got that Associated Press?
I didn't print it. You didn't tell me to.
I thought I
Why'd
did.
you be the sit rep?
Can you print it for me?
Huh?
Can you print it real quick? I wasn't listening fully. So we're going to talk about two different locations. We're going to talk about Oklahoma, and then we're going to also talk about Michigan, because these two locations got smashed last night. So we'll start in Michigan. Michigan had 11 tornadoes touch ground. You heard that correctly. They had 11 tornadoes touch ground. What was that? 2 hours. In 2 hours time span. This isn't 11 tornadoes over 24 hours or over a week. This is in 2 hours this happened. So their emergency services are completely overwhelmed. They have a ton of citizens without power right now. They either just finished or they're still currently getting people excavated out of trapped environments. So inside of buildings, inside of warehouses. I mean, there was people trapped for hours upon hours. There was people that were injured. And so it's a very, it's a super dynamic situation. Sorry, I'm reading a sit rep on one of the other tornadoes right now. So it's a super dynamic situation that's still evolving. And then if you look at Oklahoma, so we had, I forget how many miles long it was. It was pretty significant. We had an EF4 tornado. It was about half a mile to 3/4 of a mile wide at certain points, which is insane. Swallow up, I think it was like a 40-mile track. And so huge. This destroyed whole sections of towns, of communities. And so Grindstone Ministries, which is a disaster relief ministry we directly support, they deployed last night, right? They deployed their recon last night and started sending out teams. They had teams in the field, I think 3 or 4 hours after the tornado happened. And then they had the full recon team out last night. And they had found a location for a forward operating base to set up camp out of. Now they have all of their logistics, all their machines, all their people deploying out right now. And so they're currently working. They already have a couple of SAW teams working. They're working alongside search and rescue. I've been told now that there have been several dozen people injured. So several dozen, so almost 100 people injured. 2 fatalities. 1 is still missing, presumed dead. Search and rescue and cadaver dogs are still working. They have rubber boats in the river checking the banks for bodies or corpses at this point.
And that was the second tornado to hit that town in 6 weeks.
That was the second tornado to hit that town in 6 weeks. This is a very dynamic situation. We haven't seen weather like this. There's a lot of pontificating as to why we're seeing weather like this. If certain 4-letter organizations, it's kind of like you're playing the harp or something like that, are involved. Who knows? We can't confirm that. We can't deny it either. We've not seen weather like this. This is a little bit spicier than normal. We had the largest ever tornado recorded in Oklahoma in the middle of nowhere. Praise the Father. In the middle of nowhere, I think it was a week or 2 ago. And they're saying like EF5 barely covers it. It looked like a hurricane from Doppler. So all of this to be said, you have all of these injured people. You have emergency resources, if they're even able to function, are so overwhelmed. I mean, these are people just like you, just like me. And so they're used to a car wreck. They're used to this, they're used to that. They're not used to their entire county being twisted and mangled and thrown, right? And so this is why we stress having capability on you. Being able to stop a massive bleed, being able to re-secure a patent airway, being able to, assist somebody who's got, maybe a traumatic injury, whatever it may be, having that capability on you, not just in the car, not just in the house, but also on your person is a huge, huge deal, right? Because you are always going to be where your accident happens. And so it might be that I can't run over there to go get that thing because I'm trapped. But on my ankle is an ankle rig, right? In my pocket's a tourniquet, all these things. And so, this isn't a selling point for us. We're going out and we're seeing an actual use case right now of why you need this gear. It's not a joke. It's not some feel-good idea. Individuals and families with first aid kits use them inside of emergencies. People did not die because they had gear. People did die because they didn't have gear. And it is that simple. And so if you're on the fence, if you're not paying attention, I don't know what to tell you. Honestly, wake up. Wake up. It's not a joke. 11 tornadoes in under 2 hours. That is insanity. That is insanity for Michigan, right?
Scooter Rob over on Instagram said, with the bot set up, do people coming to assist need to bring their own food, or does the bot have permission to feed the workers?
Reach out to Grindstone Ministries, admin@grindstoneministries.com. Admin@grindstoneministries.com. They can answer any questions. I don't know if they have a field kitchen set up. I know, who was it that was feeding people? Was it Red Cross or was it Good Samaritan?
Yeah, no, it was
Salvation Army. Salvation Army is feeding people out there, but who knows what they're feeding people and how many meals they have. And they're probably focused on the people that have been impacted and no longer have kitchens. The way I deploy, the way that I do that, right, is I try to carry, I'll have my rucksack, I'll have my gear, I have MREs with me, I have my stuff, so that way I can go into it. I'm self-sustaining. I don't need anything else. I don't need anybody else. I'm there to help people, right? That's really my main focus. What you got?
Touch on the fact that, like, if you are planning to go help with Grindstone, you need to contact them prior. Don't just show up.
Yeah, don't just show up. Like right now, it's a very dynamic situation. If you can even get into the disaster zone, sometimes we have to send like an already verified badged member inside of the emergency community because we'll get our credentials when we come on site. So we'll have to send them to go get you if they've closed the town off. A lot of times they'll close the town off because of press, because of Libby lookers, right? They just, want to Google-eye it and take photos and post it to Instagram. Or theft, looters. That was something that we saw in Bartlesville. Actually, John from Project Tribute Foundation lives in Bartlesville. He said that he had never seen a deterioration of society so quickly. He said within 2 hours, people were looting. He had to sit on his front porch with an AR the entirety of the night because people were going door to door trying to steal and take advantage of the loss of power, the loss of resources, the fact that the police wouldn't respond. This is all stuff that happens inside of an emergency event. It may seem weird that like Grindstone Ministries, when they deploy, they bring a rifle, they bring a pistol. It's because we've seen what happens. We were inside of Katrina. We were inside of Hurricane Michael. We've been in the Keys. We've been in a multitude of different earthquakes, mud floods, tornadoes, you name it. And people act poorly, very poorly when this type of stuff goes down. So, not that you have to bring battle rattle to a deployment. There's very, very qualified security personnel on site at all times. But it is something that is to be considered. And so reach out to admin@Grindstone Ministries if you're wanting to deploy, if you have some time that you can give. That's the best resource. Go be the hands and feet. Go help people because it's the right thing to do. So the counties in Michigan that were affected, Portage, St. Joseph, and Branch counties. A third tornado touched down in Cass County. For the first time in Michigan, a tornado emergency. The Weather Service highlight alert was issued. The designation, which was created about a decade ago, indicates that a catastrophic damage was imminent and with dangerous, perhaps deadly tornado headed toward populated areas. There's a bunch of videos. Injuries, emergency officials included that at least 20 people who were taken to hospitals and destruction to 176 homes in Kalamazoo County alone. A FedEx facility, which is a very dangerous thing. Metal buildings inside of tornadoes are awful because all of a sudden a bunch of sharp pieces of metal are flying through the air at hundreds of miles an hour. So this is one of the reasons we've actually had people injured on deployment with us because of metal buildings. We had a guy take a laceration to his neck. And so that was a pretty serious injury there. Just doing storm cleanup, metal building came out, and it sliced his neck open, and we had to render aid there.
I think Heath rendered aid.
Yep, Heath did. So that was something that was pretty dang serious there. Shout out. Yeah, somebody said shout out to the community out there. Shout out to every single emergency responder that's out there doing this work right now, to everybody inside of the EOC, Emergency Operations Commands, to all the disaster emergency relief funds, to all of the organizations that have taken flight, that have put tires to the ground and have rolled. This is like, we need more people. And you guys need to have gear on you. You need to have capability to save lives, to render aid, to prevent death, because I promise you, the bus isn't coming for hours if something like this hits. If something like this hits, unless you're like, the 1 in a million chance, you're just not magically getting that capability. Something like this red bear fac will go a long way. I know the red bear fac's expensive. If not, grab something as simple as a bleeding prevention kit, right? Basic kit right here. Gen 7 cat tourniquet, emergency responder dressing. You got compressed gauze, gloves, trauma shear, survival blanket, permanent marker, and an instruction card, all right here. Vacuum sealed bag, so it's waterproof, right? Keep this, buy a couple of these. Keep one in the car, one in the kit, one in your go bag, one in your house, all that stuff, one in the basement. Very, very easy, because you don't get to decide when emergency responders are going to be able to get to you. We went to Kentucky 3 years ago. Kentucky, Mayfield, got destroyed by a tornado. Their entire emergency operations command, their EOC, was planned to be out of a firehouse. This is where we're going to work if this happens. That firehouse got hit by the tornado. The entire EOC was thrown in the trash.
Wasn't there like a car in the water tower?
Yeah, there was actually, so there wasn't a car in the water tower. There was a water tower right next to this firehouse, and there was a huge VW Beetle-sized dent inside of the water tower. A beetle was taken and thrown 120 feet in the air into that water tower, and the water tower actually leaked out, which then meant what, guys? They didn't have any water, right? So these are really dynamic situations, and we're seeing it with a veracity and an intensity right now that has been unmatched before. It's unparalleled. This is something that's very, very interesting to a lot of weather professionals. They do not understand it. Meteorologists are trying to study it to their best of their broken ability, but they're also exhausted because they're trying to keep up with these storms. We currently are at risk for a tornado watch today.
Actually, Ryan Hall is live.
Ryan Hall.
Usually for us, like,
If Ryan Hall's live, we're usually all on it. But Ryan Hall's live right now, and that's because of the absolute increased amount of tornadic activity, of kinetic activity in the air. It's very, very interesting. And so I highly recommend that you guys have capability on you, okay? I can't say that enough, right? And this isn't just because we build this stuff. We build this stuff because we know we need it, because we know you need it. And if we're being honest with ourselves and with you, you got to be prepared. You really, really do. Otherwise, you're just kidding yourselves. You really are. Like I said, we've seen, we already have fatalities inside of Oklahoma. I believe there's fatalities in Michigan as well. Don't quote me on that. But I know there's a large amount of injured inside of Oklahoma. There's a large amount of injured inside of Michigan. And right now is very soon. We don't have a ton of accurate numbers. It usually takes about 4 days, 5 days to get really good accurate numbers. The cadaver dogs have to work, SAR has to work, FEMA, as well as their state emergency management has to work together to put that data together to then release it to the public. It's always a sad thing when this happens. It's always a challenging thing when this happens. And so the best thing that you can do is be of support and be prepared so that way you're not part of the problem when this stuff arises. A more prepared person becomes an asset inside of an emergency rather than a liability or casualty in an emergency. And so think to yourself, what is your emergency plan? What is, what are you going to do if you're trapped and you can't move and you have an injured person? Do you have the ability to treat them? Do you have the ability to do prolonged field care? Do you have that equipment? Do you have that gear? Something as simple as a wound care bucket or surgical bucket. Heck, do you have a pregnant wife right now? If you have a pregnant wife right now and you don't have the ability to birth that baby at home, we got questions, because if a tornado comes through, which we've seen happen now, there was 11 in Michigan alone, 11 in Michigan alone, right? This isn't a one-off. If a tornado comes through and it shuts the power down and you don't have water, you're not going to the hospital because the hospital is receiving all the wounded, right? You might not be able to move, right? And stress induces labor. So all of that to say, have these things on you, guys. Go to refugemedical.com, get the stuff that you need, and stop wondering, stop thinking, oh, should I? I don't know. I don't think I really need it. Or does your family members have it, right? Your aunts, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, your mom, your dad, your kids, all these different people, because it's good that you have it, but if they're not able to make it to your house, they're where they are in their emergency, right? So take some time and support your family so that way they become an asset in an emergency and then are able to help people and affect a positive change rather than a liability in an emergency and somebody has to come and take care of them. Because I promise, inside of situations like this, resources are diminished. People are diminished. And we got another 12 hours before we see a complete decline, right? Because everybody right now is on about 24 hours-ish, okay, of being awake. That's a long time. Another 12 at 36, we're going to see people start dropping out. We're going to see stress rise to a new level. We're going to see poor decisions be made. And that's one of the cool things that I love about Grindstone Ministries is they come in with people who have slept. They come in with people who have rested, and they come in with people who have done this time and time and time and time again. So that way they can be a blessing and a resource to the Emergency Operations Command, to the Emergency Management Center, whatever have you, so they can go, hey, I wouldn't do that right now. You're very tired. Why don't you go sleep for an hour? Because sleep is a combat multiplier, right? If you guys have any questions about any of this stuff right now, it's a great time to throw it in the chat. I'll try to answer any questions that I can about Grindstone Ministries, about these deployments, what kits I would recommend for emergency preparedness like this. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. Have 3 desk kits and 2 bear facts in my car. Keep a mini IFAC in my EDC bag. That's awesome. I'd spread it out a little bit, personally myself. That's a lot of stuff to have in your car. Maybe have it located in different areas, one in the house, one in different locations of the house, maybe one in your wife's car, brother's car, sister's car, son's car, daughter's car. Have it spread out so that way we don't want to put all the eggs in one basket, especially if I'm sorry, I got to sneeze. The pressure. All this pollen. We don't want to put all our eggs in one basket, especially if the basket gets thrown by the wind, right? I have an ankle kit, bear fac, and extra in get home bag, in car, and op fac will be here tomorrow with a boo-boo kit. That is awesome, Ben. Great job. Seriously, that is awesome. Really, really good stuff.
You know, we're giving away a travel pack right now. Do you know that?
Yeah, we're giving away a travel fac right now. If you guys haven't seen the travel fac, it's awesome. It goes in the car. It's got a rip away option, as well as you can just deploy the first aid kit. It goes on the back of the headrest. Super, super sleek kit. Very, very cool. So if you want to get entered in, what is it, $150? So you get entered in to win.
Mother's Day giveaway.
It's the Mother's Day giveaway. So you get you get a big package from Joseph's Kitchen, right? You get a bread maker, a wheat grinder, wheat. What is it?
You get several different kinds of wheat. You get honey. You get liquid lecithin. You get the bread maker. It's just a ton of stuff. We have a graphic coming.
It's a whole prepper's wheat kit, and so. Yeah. You get several types of storable wheat that's indefinitely storable, right? A bread maker and then all the stuff to make bread, as well as you get a KitchenAid, so that way you don't have to use your hands, which is a nice KitchenAid. That's a big, big deal. And then you get the op fac or the travel fac, and then I think there's a boo-boo kit or something like that too.
Nope. That's different.
Nope, that's different.
That's different.
Shut up, Bob. You're wrong.
Yep.
So.
A friend, a tornado just hit by her house in North Carolina.
So. North Carolina, another tornado just hit a friend, right? Guys, this is not normal. Pay attention. What is coming up? 5th gen warfare. It's real. You need your gear on you. You need your stuff. Okay? I'm not joking here. You need to be prepared. You need to be prepared, right? So, you guys can get entered into the Mother's Day giveaway right now. It's $150. You guys should go and grab stuff now, so that way we can get it shipped to you. So that way, as this tornadic activity continues, I think it's going to get worse personally. It's already getting worse, so that way we can get it shipped out to you. Compare the new travel and the OpFac. So the travel kit's built for the car, the OpFac's built for operations, right? So that's really the main difference. There's a little bit more boo-boo capability inside of the travel kit. We'll do a side-by-side comparison. We'll have that launched here in the next couple days, so that way you guys can take a look at it. 5 months and 29 days until the election. Sure it is. I totally believe that that's going to happen. Totally. Does the travel fac come in black and red or just red? It comes in red right now. Whether we launch new colors of it, TBD, to be determined. We'll see. One of the best refuge responder takeaways, unlike my mom said, play with your stuff a lot. Yeah, use your gear. Open it up. Play with your stuff. Mess with it. Get comfortable with it. You need to. You really, 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 really need to.
Hey, just FYI, my battery is going low, so on my phone.
Okay, we got to plug it in then or something.
Okay, then we gotta take the mic out.
All right, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, we've been live for an hour.
Oklahoma's got tornado warnings all over it right now.
Yeah, so Oklahoma's full of tornado warnings everywhere right now. Bob, I hope you're feeling better. You know what I found the other day? I found a giveaway that was never claimed.
What? Yeah.
I found a giveaway that was never claimed. The giveaway that was never claimed, I shit you not, is worth probably $1,000.
Which one was it?
It's a med pack.
Shut up. Yeah. That green one?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we're going to do it again.
Not on the live.
Why not?
Oh my god, right now? Okay. All right, everybody, you're gonna have to listen better.
A bunch of people, I'll claim it.
I am he.
So, stand by.
No, there's no mic. There's no point.
Stand by.
It's already past Bartlesville at least. It's easy road.
Are we under anything?
Not yet.
Okay. Can you guys still hear? I'm sure that you can hear me really well, which is crazy because I was eating lunch and now I'm gonna have to not.
Should we do it on the live or not?
I mean, are you gonna do it where, how are they gonna enter?
They gotta do something cool.
Yeah. That's a big giveaway to not do something cool for.
Can y'all hear Bob? I need to know.
Can you guys hear me?
Are you sure that one's not the one from the ruckus?
That one from the ruckus is that one. I just brought that to the ruckus.
Oh.
What do you guys think? Should we host a giveaway right now? This thing is intense. Can hear you fine. Bob is a tad quiet, but hear well enough if the camera isn't being moved. Roger. Yup. Affirmative. Yes. Yup. All right, let's look into here and kind of see what we got. So each of these are bleeding control modules. They have quick clot, a tourniquet, compressed gauze, and gloves. And these detach off of it. All you do is you pull this red handle up, and then this pocket comes off, so you can throw it to somebody. There's a quick litter on the side. Open it up. We've got gloves. Here, you want to like zoom in so they can see it?
Hold on.
I'll try to show you guys best.
Okay, there we go. That's good right there.
So you got gloves right here. You open it up, there's gloves, compressed gauze, surgical tape, survival blankets, extra tape. Then there's a pocket on the side here. You got Oleus bandages right there, all laid out. Right here you got a Rothko surgical kit. This would be like a badass preparedness bag. I'm pretty sure this is like respiratory and airway. I can't remember. Yeah, so you got decompression needles, CPR, chest seals, wipes. I think that's it for this bag here. Comes in a separate little bag here so you can take it and run with it. Then we have a big surgical module right here that attaches out of the bag. So it's got a surgical SK6, which is 76-piece surgical set, surgical tape, ace wraps, additional gauzes, a sharps container. Boop, boop. And this, I don't remember what's in this. Maybe burn? No. This is additional gauzes, iPads, eye shields, tapes, Coban, steri strips, and then you have shears right there. So all of this was never claimed. You call the guy and email them, and no response. So if I were to put a price tag on this, it'd probably be like $700. Man. And it's got a high-vis flag in it. This high-vis flag can get tucked into the back, like so. And then this just zips up. Bada bing, bada boom.
Someone said no tourniquet?
There's tourniquets in all these pouches right here. And these all deploy out. These are massive bleeding pouches. And so I'll show you. You pull that, and then this comes off, like so. You open it up, and in here is a tourniquet, gloves, wound packing gauze, and quick clot. All right there. So that way you can quickly deploy it and get to work. Or you can toss it to somebody. Yeah, so that's a pretty sick giveaway. I don't know that we should just give this away. I found it today. I was cleaning out where my desk used to be. Because I got fired, if you can believe it.
Weird you saw the live stream if you got fired.
No.
Is on the live stream. I got fired.
No. You got moved because we have something really cool in the works
Now
that we
it's gonna
can't
be-
say anything about.
That's alright, TJ's already told everybody.
What?
Yeah.
On the internet?
Yeah. Raise your hand if you know we're getting a sew shop. In the building this time. I want to win it. Let me go check my voicemail. God bless you. Change the location of the tourniquet. It's too difficult to get to. Tourniquet would take too long to get to. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I've designed a couple of first aid kits before. I've also used this bag where I put tourniquets on the outside. Right here would be a rubber band you can rip off. Did I miss that call that I won? Let's auction it.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Have we done that?
We've never done an auction before. Joe Harris said you should have one in your pocket.
Word.
The tourniquet.
Great.
Everyone should be able to easily tell where the tourniquet is. Put a bright label. Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, we don't sell this kit. This was a built-out kit, but I appreciate your insight, Ray. That's wise. Yeah, I would argue that that's the case, and I would also argue that if this was your team bag, your team would know that these 4 modules right here are all massive bleeding modules. It's not just a tourniquet, so you would take one of these and go. Striker Kane's like, I'll go $300 to start off right now. Caleb House auction. Ooh, that's a good idea. I want to win. What do I have to do? I need that for my tribe. Magbound 400. Guys, I didn't agree to the auction. I didn't agree. Everybody's auctioning it off now. Auction for Grindstone. Auction it for Caleb House. $750. Patrick Lewis. So what I might do. I don't want to do this. So I'll be honest, the point of this kit, like we spent Refuge money for this kit, the point of this kit was to generate revenue for Refuge. But there might be a way where we could generate revenue for Refuge and still support Grindstone in this. I'm thinking right now. Overruled. $100 final offer. Yeah, probably not $100.
Tulsi, $12 and a hug.
$12 and a hug? Well, okay. Alright, okay. What if we donated this kit to Grindstone? That could happen. I'm thinking here. I wasn't planning on this. Junior bar was like 400. I'll give it a home. I can sit next to the one. It can sit next to the one I bought. Yeah, Texas Sheep Lady actually has a really similar kit to this. She has it in black. Great idea. Help Grindstone out. Yeah, Grindstone always can use more first aid kits because they always send. We have a bunch of different recon guys that we send out into the field in the dangerous situation. We've had multiple times where they've rolled up on emergencies right after a tornado. What?
I can make it happen.
No. CB, I think you should try to contact the winner, man. Who won it? Maybe that person was on the chat. It wasn't you, CB. What's in the pack? Warren, why don't you go over the pack really quick again? I'm gonna talk to Britt over here and try to figure out what I can do here.
No.
Go over there. Go over the pack.
Oh my god, that's the worst thing. Do you know the last time I tried to go over a pack, how bad it went? I couldn't even remember what this stuff was called.
Mike.
I am director of media. Mike is coming because Mike is much better in front of the camera than I am.
Mike's a paramedic. He's a corpsman.
Come faster, Mike. Come on.
Come on, Mike. We get it. Your legs are little.
Hey.
All right. Go over this pack. Go through it. Tell me what you think. Bye, pack. See you later. I'll be right back, class.
Go over this pack. Okay. I've never been in this pack. This ought to be fun.
Tell me what you think.
Tell you what I think. Okay.
Thank you guys. Yeah, but yesterday I wasn't going over a pack, and it's not that I don't know what all this stuff is, guys, but the last time I tried to go over this,
Am I supposed to show this as I'm doing it, or what do you want to do?
I couldn't even remember what the elastic was called. It's like,
We got Z-fold
no
gloves,
pressure.
We got a tourniquet. We got
Talk
quick
louder,
clot.
Mike.
We got quick clot. We got gloves. Tourniquet. We got Z-fold for wound packing. This is weird because I've really never ever been in this bag, so this is fun. Another tourniquet pocket, same stuff. Tourniquet, quick clot, wound gauze. Basically, all four of these pockets have all the same items. So each pocket has a tourniquet, gauze, and wound packing material.
He is not mic'd up because my phone is charging, guys. Sorry about that, but talk louder,
Talk
Mike.
louder.
Mike is not mic'd.
Mike is not mic'd. You gotta
There we
click
go.
there.
You gotta talk loud, cause
Y'all are just throwing me in the fire.
yep.
Stand by. Going through a bag I've never seen before. What has he got going on here? Oh, there it is. Okay. We have an insert. What is in this insert?
What is behind door number 3?
Door number 3. Ooh, we got chest darts. Those are fun if you know how to use them.
And you have to have special letters after your name to
You
use
sure
those.
do. Unless you do it in a dark alley somewhere where no one's watching. CPR mask, good to go.
Kevin says, speak like you're yelling at Marines.
Oh, hail, you got the knife hand and everything? got
You gotta speak from the diaphragm.
Pick from the diaphragm. You literally yell at the computer? All right,
No, Ren just snuck up on me.
Where's this mic?
Well, it's not plugged in because my phone's charging.
Why are you whispering?
Hey,
Like
Ren,
the basic over-the-counter meds.
Go
and
show 'em how to
alcohol
talk.
preps.
go show him how to talk.
We got chest seals.
You just
Play cards.
narrate it for him. Say, chest seals.
I've literally never been in this bag before, so I have no idea what
Los
was.
sellos del pecho
Oh, you're gonna speak
en
Espanol?
español.
Espanol. Mucho poquito.
Sorry, Oki.
All right. Again, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing with this bag.
Just tell us what's in the pockets.
Tell us
What's in the bag, Mike?
Halo chest seals.
What?
What?
All right,
What? We got nose noodles.
I got it. I figured it out. You got nose noodle.
Got a nose noodle.
You like it?
Great. It's a great kit. I wish I was in it before. It said, go do this stuff.
Hey, man.
He wanted me to go through it.
Put you on the spot.
You sure did. All right. Bob is back.
What's up, party people? All right, and you got a surgical set, and then you got additional gauze and all that jazz right there. This is a high quality kit, guys. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. A lot of people want to donate this to Grindstone, and a lot of people want to keep it for themselves, which is awesome. Here's what we're gonna do. Lauren is looking at me so stressed out right now.
I'm like, what's happening?
We've contacted multiple times, CB. This was all the way back from like SHOT Show. It was a long time ago. Brad Pitt, what's in the box? Very funny. Does it have an AED? It does not have an AED. That would be an additional $3,000 in value if it had an AED. And that would not fit an AED. Okay.
Say it.
I'm trying to formulate it correctly. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go until we get. Did you say 50 or 25?
That was 150.
No, orders.
Oh. I didn't know that's what you were saying. I thought it was just the rest of the day.
You want to just do the rest of the day?
Yeah, let them have time. Some people are at work right now.
Okay. For the rest of the day. Alright? For the rest of the day. If you spend $200, you get entered in to win this. Right? You also get double entries into the Mother's Day giveaway. Alright? And you get first aid gear because you spent $200. And then you have the option to either keep the pack, which nobody will blame you for, or you can donate it to Grindstone, and Grindstone can send it out with one of their recon teams. Alright? And then you'll get like a little sticker like Grindstone Recon and all that stuff, and it'll be a cool little thing that you get that most people don't get. Right? So, we're doing anybody who spends $200 today gets entered in to win this full advanced tactical medicine pack, right? As well as you get double entries into the Mother's Day giveaway, right? You have double entries into the Mother's Day giveaway. Then, if you win, right? If you win, you have the opportunity to donate it to Grindstone if you want. But if you want to keep it, you can keep it. Does that make sense? Yes, if the item is on pre-order, that still counts. Is Refuge coming to the Midwest, and how much is an off-site class? Refuge is in the Midwest. We are in Oklahoma. And we don't plan on traveling right now. If you want like a private off-site class, reach out to me, Bob, at Refuge Medical. Okay, so somebody asked if we sell an airway plunger.
Tulsi already answered him.
Oh, okay. All right, so full advanced tactical medicine patch.
200 spent after the deductions, right? Question mark.
$200 total. Do you want to do before shipping or after shipping, Britt?
After's fine.
After's fine. After shipping, $200.
Easier for me to pull it on my hand.
Does the car kit 10 times entries stack with the double entries? Yes, it'll stack.
Oh, so 20 times the entries?
Dude, I don't care.
No, it's okay. Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm the one that types your names in.
So you can stack them. All of it'll stack. right? And this is a way for us to make it fun for you guys. It's also a way that if somebody wanted to donate this to Grindstone, they could. It's also a way to continue to support Refuge Medical, because we have employees of Refuge Medical that we're going to send out on deployment already. And they'll get paid for that time. We always want to do that, which is great. I missed it. What do we need to do? So, advanced tactical medicine pack. This is a full built-out pack. I'd probably retail it like $700 to $800. And what you got to do is $200 spent today. If you spend $200, it gets you entered in to win. It gets you double entries, as well as if you wanted to donate it to Grindstone Ministries for a recon team, you could totally do that. All right. So you can do it that way. If you donate it to the recon team, we'll send you like a Grindstone recon sticker and all that stuff, so that way you're part of the Cool Guys Club.
Tavar. And I just sold out car kits for you.
That's awesome. You can do multiple entries. If you want to get weird, you can do multiple entries. And I'm not going to do it to where you got to like put live stream in there or anything like that.
I'm going to look at the date is what I'm going to do.
And Lauren's head will pop off her shoulders. So that's the whole point. We want people to have medical gear on them to save lives. That's the whole point, right? At the very least, even if you don't have the resources right now to get in for the giveaway for the pack, that's totally fine. Grab a bleeding prevention kit. Have it on you. These storms are crazy. They're absolutely insane. And so you guys should have gear on you. You really, really should. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. What do we get for subscribing? If you guys partake in this, you get $200 worth of medical gear because you purchased it, which is dope, because we're not trading nothing for nothing. That's weird. And then if you win, you get the full built-out pack. Or if you want to donate it to Grindstone for a tornado recon team, you can do that too, and support that ministry and all the good works that they do. This has got 4 bleeding control modules right here: quick clot, compressed gauze, tourniquet, gloves. They deploy off of it, as well as it's got all of your ARCHE inside of the bag itself. This is a pretty badass little kit here. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this is a drag handle for the bag. This is a Tasmanian Tiger pack. It's a sweet pack. I personally run this pack myself. It's gangster. It's like Israeli soft green. We sell medical kits. I hope so. I hope so. I would like to be a part of the tornado recon team. Reach out to admin@grindstoneministries.com. Reach out to admin@grindstoneministries.com. Gotta love the hearts and minds of Refuge and Refuge Nation. You guys are what keeps this thing going. Without Refuge Nation, we would be lost. You are the heartbeat of this whole organization. And so, seriously, does it have a boo-boo kit in that pack? Yeah, there's boo-boo capability. There's like small gauzes, steri strips, wipes, stuff like that. That's a great question, DJ. Great question. So if you guys have questions, throw them in the chat. I'll stay live a little bit longer, so that way we can discuss anything you guys want to discuss. We haven't. Where are the Flintstone Band-Aids? Dang it. Dang it. I didn't put any Flintstone Band-Aids. Well, shut it down. Shut the whole store down. Should we put live stream or anything in the comments? Nope. Don't worry about live stream.
It'll be from May 8th. I'll just know the date.
Yes, Striker, a pouch will molly to the side that will carry your Sam Junctional. It can go right here. It can go right here. It's actually a pretty good spot for it, to be honest. And so then you have a litter on this side. This is a litter to carry a casualty. And then you can put a Sam Junctional right there. You can put 2 tourniquets right here. There's a lot of capability in this pack, I'm not going to lie. And it's also a flat pack, so if you were to use it with a plate carrier or something like that, you can totally do that as well. Gotta run, stay safe, y'all. You too, Jay. If you guys have questions, throw them in the comments section below, all caps. I'll ask them to the best of my broken ability. Somebody asked earlier, what are the different levels of the BPK? Why are they different? So BPK basic, you have your bleeding control. That's really the main focus of this, bleeding control. Intermediate, you have chest seals and duct tape, as well as your cat tourniquet, 6-inch ETD, compressed gauze, shears, trauma blanket or survival blanket, marker, gloves, instruction cards, and you also have some flat duct tape and some chest seals, right? A 2-pack, right? And then the advanced, which guys, I think these are all like under 120 bucks. This one's like 60 bucks or something like that. It's something crazy cheap. And we really just want you to have the capability, right? So if you get 4 of these guys right here, you're good to go. You get entered in to win that pack, and then you're able to equip 4 different people, right? The advanced cat tourniquet, 6-inch ETD, 2 compressed gauze, nitrile gloves, trauma shear, survival blanket, permanent marker, instruction card, flat duct tape, chest seals, combat Z-fold, and a naso. So you have a fully built out IFAC right here. Slide that in a pouch, put this in a couple of different vehicles, and you're like, magnifique. I mean, that's perfection. What kind of pack is that? If you're talking about this one right here, this is a Tasmanian tiger pack right here. I think this is I don't think this is the Moscow. I can't remember the name of it. It's a Taz pack. It's a good pack, is what it is. Shalom, Travis. Hope you have an awesome day, bro. Should we put... This is dope AF. Hey, yeah, I think so too. Travel fact order incoming. Roger, just got my order in. Thanks for all you do and for the great products. Absolutely, Joe. Thanks for the order. We appreciate you. You're freaking awesome. Guys, we're just trying to continue to support this great company, continue to support the people that work here, and allow us to continue to do the mission by putting great gear into your hands and into the hands of others that you guys decide to bless, right? Put a smile on the Father's face today and carry an F and TQ. Amen, Tavar. The BPK is perfect for anyone who takes a class or already has a bag they want to put stuff in. I completely agree. The BPK is a really easy solution. You slide this Mamma Jamma in and you're up, right? And it doesn't take up a ton of space. It's waterproof, all that jazz, right? Mine didn't come with a litter. Yeah, this was the giveaway one. That's not a you thing. We were just doing this for the giveaway. TJ and I sat down and we were like, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. Yours also didn't come with like one of those surgical sets in there. This, the advanced is really similar to the Bearfac in terms of capability. Why did you stop making the ARC? It was too expensive, and it just wasn't easy to produce, and we were coming out with the OpFac. So the OpFac replaced the ARC, which in my opinion and the opinion of majority of others, it's a way better kit. It's easier to deploy, it doesn't hang on your body, it's a great little small to back kit. It's smaller width, so it's more comfortable to sit in the small to back versus the ARC was a little bit wider, and so it's a really good first aid kit.
I don't even know that the ARC was meant to sit on your back. Usually people had to run it on the front.
Yeah,
but
a lot
now,
of people ran it on their front. This can be ran on the front and it can be ran on the back because a lot of people like the small to back location for their IFAC.
the ability to do this.
Yeah, you can pull it off both sides. That's a big deal. Project Tribute Foundation has 19 lives saved with the BPK. We know that the BPK works. Officers carry that on them all the time. It's a really, really successful first aid kit. It's very, very good.
Hey, we have some really, really cool smaller giveaways coming up honoring, like for Police Week, we're going to tag your favorite LEO.
Yep.
And they're going to have a chance to win a BPK because we want to get them out there.
Heck yeah.
And we also want officers to know who we are so
yeah.
that we can meet them and supply them with all their stuff and get them in touch with Project Tribute.
Yep. A BPK will fit into an SOB bag, so if you guys wanted to space it out, like grab a BPK and then grab an SOB inner outer, you can totally do that. That'll work great.
Does the SOB have Molly on the back?
Yeah, it does.
Because I've had a couple of comments from in an email, I think, and then a comment on the Instagram saying that there should be Molly panel on the back so you can attach it with a simple belt and loop clips for easy donning and doffing. I'm pretty sure we already have belt clips and Molly on the back of the SOB.
100%. So, right here, you got a Molly field for the SOB, and then you have 2 malice clips. You could run a different clip on there if you wanted to, but you can run your belt right through it, just right there, just through these malice clips. A bunch of people do it all the time. Very easy to use. Tourniquet goes on the top right here, right? And then inside you have your POC kit. Boom. Deploy this Mamma Jamma out, and you're good to go. You have ETD, compressed gauze, Z-fold combat gauze, gloves, an S-mark bandage, and a nasopharyngeal airway, plus some duct tape and chest seals, all right there in a compact little kit. I love the SOB. It's super sleek. It's very, very small. It's comfortable. It's got, you know, pretty much all you need. 3-minute response time with an admin email. Your customer service rocks. Hey, thank you. Our customer service loves you. They value you. They cherish you. You guys are the secret sauce that keeps people coming back. And without you, we would be lost. You would absolutely be lost. Put PALS on the back. I'm pretty sure PALS and Molly are like the same thing. Or they're similar. I mean, this is the Molly field that we've chosen to go with. Well, we in Central Arkansas just got a tornado watch until 10 p.m. Yeah, I saw that, Jim. I saw that. Storms today and protests this weekend. Gotta love St. Louis. I'm telling y'all, raffle tickets is the way. We've done raffles before. We've done like large giveaways. They were pretty successful. That's just not what we're doing to for this one right now.
How long it takes to write everyone's name on the raffle ticket?
What was that?
We did that raffle before, and I think TJ and Shine, there was like over 1,200 tickets. They were writing names on each ticket.
Yeah. Last time they did raffle tickets, they had to write names on 1,200 tickets. It was pretty hard.
Please, no.
Please for no now time. Get a couple more minutes, so we'll be live for you guys, and then I gotta hop off and get back to work. Otherwise, Brittany's gonna hit me with a shovel in the back of the head. But if you have any questions, some come with Cat 7. Majority of ours come with Cat 7s or with soft T-Gen 5s, depending on which kit it is. Majority of our first aid kits come with a tourniquet, unless it's a boo-boo kit. Get what you can while you can. Yeah, so here's something that's interesting that we've noticed. Large multitude component orders.
Mm-hmm.
So let me explain that. Average order of tourniquets, 5, right? Somebody order 5 tourniquets, maybe 10. 10's a lot. I'm like, wow, why does that person want 10 cat tourniquets?
Anything more than that, I usually get.
Any more than that, foes usually get it in email, or Dawn or other salespersons getting an email, right? So we have been seeing orders of 80, 90, 120 tourniquets, chest seals, combat Z-fold hemostatic gauze from people with addresses that don't make sense, phone numbers that don't work, and emails that aren't real. Now, we verified the payment, and we verified who made the payment. Okay, so we can't deny them the life-saving gear, right? The payment's real. The person has real money. Okay, but why would individuals or groups be ordering large quantities of components throughout the U.S.? And why are they always going to Texas, to Florida, to Nevada? Like, why? Who's there? And who's actually ordering this stuff?
I asked a few of them why they purchased it, and I got for personal use for my family. And then I got another one that said for a training class.
For personal use for my family.
I was like, 100 tourniquets? That's
100 tourniquets for personal use for my family.
They really took you seriously when you did that video where you're like, you need this many tourniquets.
So, I'm not a fear mongerer. I don't play into that, but if you want to know what's going on, watch the resources, right? Medical gear is one of the most important resources inside of a combat scenario, combat situation. Watch medical gear. And we're now seeing large quantities of medical gear start to fly randomly. And it makes no sense. And by the way, there's correlation between all the emails. So like this email is like training 94. That email's training 62, right? But there's not training organizations tied to it. So I reached out to local law enforcement in that area and I let them know, hey, somebody's buying a lot of combat medical gear in your area. You should know. And they're like, hey, thanks. That's very important.
Well, Louisiana did.
Louisiana did, right? Yeah, that was the other one, Louisiana. That sounds like they're supplying a militia. Maybe they're supplying a different type of armed group. Right? Kill them all. Think.
Didn't we see, not, we won't talk about it, what it was, but we were able to see photos because we required ID.
Yeah.
It was a little
There
interesting.
was one where it was interesting. There's been a couple that have been interesting. And I can't go too deep into it. What I can tell you is that you absolutely need to be getting your house in order right now, because I can't prove what my suspicions are, and so I'm not going to deny service. And I'm definitely not going to deny somebody getting life-saving gear. Like, it's not like I'm selling ammunition. It's not like I'm selling anything that's dangerous. But it tells a story. And so, yeah, Kevin, maybe Kevin, 100%. Is it border invasion issues? What agencies are we going to? Like, possibly. I don't know. All I know is that
They didn't
if it
look like
walks like a
agencies.
duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably not a fish, right? And this stuff smells. It smells very, very funny. So, Strikercade. Nobody gets to kick my government's ass but me. You can do it too. Is a soft tea recommended for small people or children? Yeah, they'll to a certain size, right? We have the Slishman and the SWAT tea, which are really, really good children tourniquet options. They will stop blood flow really, really well in a safe manner. So that's a thing. Shower stream. When you repent and seek the gospel of Yeshua HaMashiach, the one true God who rules all and all knees will bow to. So confess your sins and be saved. Bob, my phone number connects for you. I know it does, brother. I know it does. Slishmans are good for canines too. Yeah, it's a great insight. That's a great insight. All right, guys, I got 2:48 on my end. So with that, we're gonna pray. I'm gonna log off here. So if you're one of those people that like to log off before we pray, shalom, sayonara, skedaddle. If not, let's bow. Holy Heavenly Father, yeah, thank you so much for this day. Father, thank you for the people that are here. Pray that you would bless them, that you would guide them, that you would lead them in your word and in truth and in action. Yeshua, let us all just be your hands and feet. Let us carry the gospel of peace. Let us teach people about you. Let us go out amongst all the nations, teaching, making disciples, and baptizing in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father, would you continue to protect us and guide us in these trying times? Let the enemy not have any strength against us. Let him not be able to conquer. Let us be resilient towards his wickedness. And Yahuwah, rebuke him, please. Father, we ask that you would cover all of our brothers and sisters who are out there in the field. Watch over them, guide them, protect them. Guide their eyes, guide their ears, guide their hands, their feet, their minds, and their hearts towards you and your will. Protect them from harm, from danger, from hazard. Give them strength and stamina so that they can keep doing work for you, so that they could point people back to you, Yeshua. We pray and we plead that people would use this opportunity as a chance to come back to you, to repent, turn from their wickedness, and face you, Yeshua, and feel rest and love and compassion and redemption and mercy. We really love you. Really, really love you. I really thank you for this day, for all these people, for my life, for my friends, for my family, for my tribe, for Refuge Nation, for Bear Nation, for all of the Grindstone people, for Caleb House, and I just ask that you cover us, because we're just trying to work for you. It's in your name, Yeshua. Amen.
All right, so is this end of day, or how many days are we doing this for?
End of day.
End of day. Okay.
End of day. Get your orders in now. $200. You can win a super sick pack, or you can donate it. Up to you. Up to you. I love y'all. I love you. I love you. I love you. Get your orders in now. That's a badass pack. Seriously. Love y'all. Shalom.